I'm being called to do splendid work. Let us encourage one another without ever becoming discouraged or yielding to resignation. The Lord is calling us to a splendid work, the work of making his house ever more welcoming, so that everyone can enter and dwell there, so that the church can have doors open to all, and that no one will be tempted to think only of guarding the doors and changing the locks, those simple temptations. No, change that takes place elsewhere, it comes from the roots. It is from there that rebuilding comes. The people of Israel built the temple with their own hands. So did the great builders of faith in Europe. Let us look to its patrons. They did their small part, trusting in God. I think of the great saints like Martin, Francis, Dominic, Pio of Pietrelcina, and patrons like Benedict, Cyril, Methodius, Bridget, Catherine of Siena, and Teresa Benedicta of the Cross. They began with themselves, with changing their own lives by accepting God's grace. They were not concerned about dark times, hardships, and those divisions that are always present. They did not waste time criticizing or laying blame. They lived the gospel without worrying about relevance or politics. Thus, with their gentle strength of God's love, they embodied his style of closeness, compassion, and tenderness, for that is God's style. They built monasteries, reclaimed land, enlivened the spirit of individuals and entire countries. Yet they did not have social programs, but just the gospel alone to direct them. And yet they carried on with the splendid work they found in the gospel.